Welcome. I'm your host, Melissa Windell, Miss Blissful with Earth Feather Healings, coming at you live. Looking at the energetics for the week of September 21st, 2020, which is also the fall equinox, which is a beautiful time, right? And the theme for this week is also very in sync with the fall equinox. Lots of time for changing directions, changing of seasons, which feels very apropos to fall, right? Fall is all about letting what once was great and glorious that no longer serves letting go, and sinking into the roots of creating the seeds for what is yet to come, right? So, with that theme for this week, we have on the topic of relationship. So, looking at the energetics for relationship for this coming week is all about changing in directions and surrendering to the aspects of the changing of directions. Sometimes things are not happening in the way that we are hoping or desiring, but trusting that the direction it's going in is in the direction that it needs to. And this is also roots back to the couple of weeks ago when it was about the new partnership, creating new agreements, right? It kind of has that same energy of like, okay, so we were going in this direction, but it looks like now we need to go a little bit in this direction. And so trusting in the way that it flows, right? We don't question the way the river flows. We just trust it and go with it. So there's a little bit of needing of that in your relationship space, allowing the organic of unfolding and just to surrender into the flow. Next, when we look at the career, your space of career is all about trusting in the guidance that has been given to you and seeing it with love and openness, right? So you've been having, a couple weeks ago, we looked at a lot of like the creativity coming in. And what they're saying is that all that creativity has been, all those creativity aspects are genius ideas, and that you need to trust that you have those ideas and that you acted on those ideas and they're coming into fruition because you're on the right path and that's what's meant to be. So trust that what's coming towards you is everything that's meant to come towards you. Trust in the way that it's unfolding and the way that it circulates. Trust that they've come with you on that path. Also in that space of really stepping into like really being able just to see the love in that aspect. You also have to trust that the people that are there, the way that it shows up, that it's all in harmony and that love is surrounding all of it, and trying not to take things personal, knowing that each person plays a different role in a different part, and whether they're there, that role was that they weren't supposed to be there, and if they are there, then that role is that they were meant to be there. So seeing love in all the aspects and also setting that vibration that this trustworthy guidance, the what you chose to create at this point in life, that to fill it with as much love as you can, because that love is what's going to carry it through. It's also what's going to raise its vibration. And what a great energy to sit in this place of your manifestations, your creations coming into manifesting, into real manifestations, right? So setting that vibration of love in your manifestations. And as you are walking the talk, right? Walk the talk with as much love as you can and try to see the organic love in all those aspects. Okay, so then when it comes to health, they're really talking about you really need to let your past go. It's one thing that we often overlook is how much the emotional and the spiritual components of ourselves really tie into how we physically feel. And so letting go of the past that is hindering in your energetic body of the now. I feel like this also came up a few weeks ago, is how much we cart around our past, right? And where can we find freedom? Where can we find the lessons? Where can we compost it and to bring it into the now? And it feels very clear and very adamant, specifically with what's going on with the planets, with Saturn crossing Pluto and Mars being super fired up in Aries. It's all about like, now is the freaking time. If you haven't learned your lesson yet, like, you have to learn your lesson now, and you have to make changes in those lessons. And so much of that is, okay, how much of you is going to keep carting around your past? Now is the time to let it go. And there's so much freedom in the aspects of letting it go. So you have to really trust that You're meant to let it go. It's no longer serving you. It's holding you down. It's like a weight, right? Like imagine trying to swim through a great canal, right? With like two huge heavy weights on your ankles. Like you're just going to sink, right? Well, those weights are your past. So it's really time to let go of the past so you can really move forward authentically and vibrantly. Really vibrantly is the energy. Vibrance and love, right? Okay, so the next is yourself and the overall theme for your own love and your own heart, right? Because let's be real, it is all about you. And the more that you can be in love with yourself, the more that that love can radiate and share in the world, and the better it is as a whole. So the more you work with self, the better the rest of the world is around you. So yourself is all about noticing the signs and any blessings in disguise, right? So many times Spirit is walking through this life with us and we are completely oblivious to it, and we don't pay attention to the signs that they're gifting us. And they're saying that these signs that they are giving us are signs that they're trying to cue us which directions we need to go in. And that if like something that was supposed to manifest totally falls through, trust in that blessing, because there is something else that Spirit's trying to work through with you. Also noticing that like, okay, like you keep getting all these red lights, but all of a sudden you get a green light. Maybe you should be going in that direction of the green light, right? So paying attention to the signs, listening to the songs, the lyrics of the songs always run true to you, right? The last few months, I've been really working on letting go of strings from my past, right? Particularly in the aspects of love, of like, okay, those aspects of my love life no longer serve me. And just having this thought over and over again, strings of the past, strings of the past. Well, then all of a sudden I needed to put music on, right? And I was like, I just need to like dance out life a little bit. And the song came on that I never heard before. And all I heard was, you got to cut the strings from your past. And instantly I was like, okay, it was a Pharrell Williams song. I can't remember what it's called right now. But instantly I was like, okay, Spirit, I totally hear you. And it was just an instant reminder that like, all right, I have been hearing Spirit. That's like Spirit telling me to cut the strings from my past. And then they just like reminded me that like, you need to be cutting the strings from your past, which is like them telling me like, okay, we've got something good for you, but you have to clear all this out so you can really show up authentically and fully, right? Like in a full heart place, because that's how you would want, your love to come in, right? So you gotta do your equal part of the work. So paying attention to the signs, is there feathers? Or is there roses? Is it songs? Is it somebody showing up just in the right time? Like paying attention to those little things. And it's in that aspect that, paying attention to the signs and trusting that it's unfolding the way that it is one way that you get to really honor and love yourself, and that Spirit's way of trying to work more closely with you. So again, just an overall wrap up, that the theme for the week is really being in the flow with the river, trusting in the changes of the directions, trusting that the guidance and the signs that are coming through and where you are at in life is all right where you're meant to be, and to let go of any of your fears from the past so you can sink more into the roots of the love and the high vibrations of now, right? And so with that space, let's think about a really good mantra that wants to come through. I surrender the ways of control and things from my past so I can step into the now with vibrant and high love. I let go of the control and the ways of the past so I can step through with the vibrancy of high love of the now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get great insight from this. It helps you navigate into the future and into the now with high vibes and high love. Again, so much love to you all, and may you all walk in the divine radiance of your own inner beauty. Many blessings. Aho.